Clearly, he's leaving us a code. Some way to reach him.
Time or date, maybe? September 23rd?
September 23rd.
This has been the hottest, driest summer on record. You say we're going to have a flood. When might we expect this?
September 22nd, midday.
It's September 22nd.
Dry, hot weather will continue.
Until September 22nd, midday. And if the ark isn't finished by then, you will be.
What was the date?
September 22nd.
On the 23rd day of the month of September, in an early year of a decade not too long before our own, the human race suddenly encountered a deadly threat to its very existence.
He is God, right? Couldn't he stop a flood if he wanted to?
By 9:23, the water of life shall proceed forth from the throne of the Lamb.
Pay close attention to the numbers that are displayed when they point to the athletes.
Please.
500 billion tons of rock will slide thousands of feet down into the ocean. The vast amount of energy pumped into the ocean will create what one scientist has called a mega tsunami.
And a bit of the Canary Islands here is missing. The bit that's fallen into the...
This is crazy, man.
Another performed experiment was to measure the flatness of the waters with the use of light. The researchers opted for the use of a laser beam because its beam of light propagates in a linear way and can reach long distances with minimal loss of potency. The laser experiment consisted of two teams positioned on opposite sides. One team emits a laser beam parallel to the water toward another team. In the spherical model of the Earth, it would be impossible for the laser beam to be seen on the other side, since the supposed curvature of the Earth would be an obstacle in its trajectory. However, if the Earth is not spherical and the waters don't follow its curvature, it would be possible to visualize the laser light on the other side, for there would be no obstacles in its path. For more efficient results, this experiment with a laser beam was performed at a great distance, in the tens of kilometers, because the greater the distance, the greater the curvature of the Earth would be in the spherical model between the 2 points, which would prevent the laser beam from reaching the other side.
As we had some difficulty in getting high-power equipment, we decided to design and build our own equipment with a great power that could achieve a far greater reach than the laser equipments found in the market.
The device emits several beams of light and is set to reach the programmed distance without expanding, with the focus point on an object on the other side. 2 points were chosen at the coast of Sao Paulo, one on the beach of Caraguatatuba and another on the beach of Ilhabela. The team prepared the equipment during the afternoon to conduct the experiment at night. The devices are positioned at a height of 1 meter above the water level, directed towards the team on the opposite side.
The whiteboard or light receiver is 1 meter from sea level. The distance is 15,000 meters, 15 kilometers.
With the equipment ready, it's time to start the experiment.
South, 43 degrees.
This is the moment of truth. If the light is not visible on the opposite shore, it will be an indication of the sphericity of the Earth.
Down. Try to go down more. All right, this position is good. Try to level it out for now. There, a little bit more, a little bit, there.
Did the laser light hit the other side, which would question the theory of the spherical Earth? The team's next step was to repeat this same experiment over longer distances. To continue the research, Lake Titicaca was chosen on the border between Peru and Bolivia. One team was in the town of Juli in Peru, and another on the beach in Copacabana, Bolivia.
Lake Titicaca has a width of 65 kilometers and a length of 165 kilometers. Other people say that the lake has spines, but it has not. It's a flat surface. It is a mirror Lake Titicaca here in Peru. If you look, for example, 30 to 40 kilometers, the lake looks flat.
Will the researchers be able to prove the flatness of Lake Titicaca?
We got here on the site, right on the side of the road.
Since you wouldn't believe if not captured. What was happening? Yo, look, just look at the sea was calmed after she left. That is crazy. It's like the sea wanted to pull her. What? Now in this video, it's flooding. Oh my god, I think we had seen these floods in our previous video. This is very sad, man. You can imagine the loss and damage that was caused by this flood. Oh my god, all this water. What do you think is happening or causing the flood? Is it maybe an effect of what we have seen in our previous video of maybe a large mass of body sinking, causing a tsunami, or what do you think? I'd like you to share your thoughts about it, because this is absolutely insane. No way, man. This is so sad. Look at the aftermath now of the effect. Oh, she. Now this is Gordon's Bay. Gordon's Bay. Oh. Everything looks okay. Is everything really okay here until now the water starts to come? Yo, just look at all this water just coming. Is it from... Yo, just see the it's destroying people's houses. This is so sad. The cars, the water has just even broken the walls. This is... Oh my god. Yo. Oh, from where I come from, such a thing has never occurred in history. I've even never heard of it, even from the stories that we heard or were told by our grandparents. So seeing this kind of stuff is very scary or crazy. I don't even know how to explain the effect that this thing can cause to my brain, man. This is so crazy. Just imagining water that can come and destroy a whole town. What? I don't even think when I tell people here such stories, they can believe them. Oh my god, this is crazy. Wow, this is so sad. What might be the cause of this, man? Yo, has anyone been in and has had such an experience? Anyone from these areas that we see, or anywhere that is flooding or had a flooding experience? It must be a bad thing, man. Yo. Wow, I think water can cause so much destruction. maybe even more than fire, but I don't know, it's not even good to compare them because they are both destructive. And yo, people had invested in all this stuff just washed away by water. Oh my god. Well,
Number 12. Donkeys. It's no secret that donkeys are related to horses as part of the Equidae family. However, unlike horses, these herbivores are highly aggressive towards predators. This donkey gives this hyena a reality check when it bites back on the predator. Filled with unbridled rage, the donkey turns the tables on the hyena, giving it a taste of its own medicine. By biting down on the hyena's head, the temperamental herbivore viciously thrashes the carnivore all over the field, refusing to let it go. Donkeys are alert and territorial animals that will not hesitate to attack predators. If the intruder is not frightened by their initial charge and loud brays, the Equidae will attack with its teeth. A short standoff between a donkey and a hyena turns into a one-sided fight that shows the herbivore in full control of this confrontation. By biting the predator on the head and swinging, it completely dominates the battle, causing the hyena to contemplate the error of its ways. Donkeys have a reputation for being stubborn, but they're actually very clever and possess excellent problem-solving skills. They're also an active species, sleeping only an average of 3.1 hours a day. This is perhaps the bravest donkey on the planet. Standing amidst a pack of ravenous hyenas, it remains unfazed and exhibits no signs of fear. In a surprising act, the herbivore goes a step further and boldly chases away one of the hyenas, showing its determination to defend itself against any predator that dares to get too close.
There was a house in Illinois that was infested by so many German cockroaches that they took over the home, and the only course of action was to burn it down. Local firefighters had to start the fire with a ring around the house, so that the cockroaches couldn't escape and spread to neighboring buildings.
Yards to the northeast, there's this really, really loud whistle comes back, a signal to the growl. Well, this creature looks over that way and whistles back in the same tone of whistle and then turns and looks at me. Well, I'm kind of like, hey, what's going on here? Something's up. I'm in trouble, big trouble. Well, all of a sudden I hear movement coming from that direction, and I knew whatever he signaled was coming to meet up with him. And I knew that I was probably going to be the one going to be on the losing end of the stick, Well, I thought it was a feral human because I'd heard about them, done some reading about them. But so far as a Bigfoot, I thought that was something that existed out in California. I just thought that was something somebody made up to make money off of. Well, I jumped down off my stand, and I'm running to the west to get to my truck. And I look over my left shoulder, and this creature is running through the woods, and it is just moving brush. It's running through the brush, and it's bulldozing the brush down. And I knew, man, this thing is going to get me. It is mad. It is PO'd. It's going to get me. Well, I'm coming up on my truck, and I'm thinking, well, I got to stop to unlock my truck. And when I get ready to unlock the truck, he's going to make his move. He's going to have me. Well, something crossed my mind to fire a warning shot. Well, when I got to the tailgate of the truck, I threw my rifle to the left, pulled the trigger, and the shot fired, and the bullet hit about 7 foot up in a tree and blew bark in front of his face. Hit him the bark actually hit him in the face because he was about 3 foot from the tree. If the creature would have been another 2 seconds, the bullet would have hit him dead in the head. Well, I got in a truck, I'm driving off, I look in my rearview mirror, and lo and behold, his buddy that he'd signaled had been tailing me coming up the logging road. I didn't have but one chasing me, I had two. Well, they kind of stood there and looked at each other as I was driving off. But my recommendation to anybody, if you ever have an encounter in the woods, is don't fool with them, don't make eye contact, don't point, and surely don't point a gun. Do not engage this creature, because if you do, you will lose. The reason I didn't shoot it is it was just too human. The face, it was bipedal. You know, it walked on two legs, just like we did. But it was just too human. The face was too human. The eyelashes, the teeth, the jaw structure, the forehead, it was light brown. The face was light brown, like it had a dark suntan. But I couldn't pull the trigger because something told me this ain't right. It's not the right thing to do.